power, what does true integration look like? How can private security, community structures, and government agencies work in sync to close intelligence gaps, improve response time, and build a more coordinated national security network? These are the hard questions we will unpack today as Fireworks ignites a more deeper debate on redefining security partnerships for a safer Nigeria. I am Eshomomo Imodu. This is Fireworks. We keep them under check. Joining me on the program today is Dr. Chris Adigwu. He is a security expert. And what? You'll get to know later. Dr. Chris Adigwu, nice to have you here with me.
Yeah, nice.
Now, I left off talking, I said Dr. Chris Adigwu, security expert. Or I remember as at the 12th of this month, you were the national president of the Association of Private Licensed Security Practitioners of Nigeria.
Sure.
Then on the 13th of this month, we were supposed to have an AGM, an election of new leadership.
Yes.
And you informed me that you emerged the winner. But I got a correspondent from a group and said that election never held. There was a court injunction that stopped the election. So if there was a court injunction that stopped the election, there wouldn't be an election.
The court injunction didn't stop the election. It can stop the AGM. And the persons in question were also part of the AGM.
I don't get.
They were in the AGM ground.
So they were in the AGM,
they were there.
Won the election
they were there. They were there and still didn't want it. They were also contesting. They were also contesting.
Now, what role is the BOT? Because I also have a correspondence from the BOT informing the National Security and Civil Defense, which is your regulatory authority, that there is a new caretaker, an interim caretaker committee that has been appointed, duly signed by the BOT. So which means those who went to court also had this. It's like it corresponds with what the BOT is saying. There's a new body.
If you check the letter, the BOT chairman was not even in our first day one event, which was the summit. He was not also there on the day of the AGM. He's working in isolation. It's not easy. How will I put it now? The position he's putting up is a position of someone who is crying from behind. Because you can't set up a caretaker committee when there's no vacuum.
According to your law,
yes,
who has the authority to set up a caretaker committee?
They don't have. The BOT is purely advisory. And the BOT members were also in the AGM that dissolved the ESCO, observed the election.
No, the BOT dissolved.
Yes. When you have an AGM, all the processes, all the items and every other on the agenda were treated. Then the BOT will take over from a point. So we'll have a good representation of the BOT members there, including the secretary of the Board of Trustees.
But the chairman was not there.
The chairman wasn't there.
So the secretary and other members were there.
Yes. So do you understand the political interplay there? They dissolved the ESCO. The electoral committee set up by the association were intact. They conducted the elections.
The electoral committee conducted the elections?
Yes.
No.
And the persons in questions, when we meet, this particular person does not even represent up to 3% of our association or 2% of our association.
No. Why this faction? Like we have in political...
It's not a faction.
Political party.
No, it's not a faction.
It's a faction.
It's not a fashion. We don't have a fashion.
No. And you say you are the national president.
Yes. It's not a fashion. It's no fashion in ALPSPN.
So what do we have?
What do we have? We have one national executive committee being headed by me.
So are you saying that this caretaker is an impostor group?
Our constitution does not make room for anything caretaker. And if you check our constitution, if there's any crisis or problem, or during the elections, I, as the chairman of the National Executive Council also, is the one that can also call for the postponement of the election, not the BOD chairman. The constitution is quite clear. People are just ascribing roles that they are not assigned.
No, but it shows one thing, that there is a problem in your association.
Definitely.
Some people are not happy. Is it with your leadership style or what?
No. I've done so much. All we're doing now is to finish it up well, so that whoever that is coming to take over the helms of affairs tomorrow will have something to run on.
If you say you have done so much,
where we were at the time I came in is not where we are.
Tell us, where were you when you came
in? We are in an industry that was not listened to. We can't come to the table with the government.
How many years ago?
I just took over the helms of 2022. But now, government calls us to the table. We can talk and they can hear us. That's a major step.
So government calls you to the table.
Yes.
And at this table, some things can be shared. The reason why there's so much interest now, is that not?
I've put the association in limelight. This is a pro bono job. It's not a job that is salaried. But when people see some things happening, pro bono.
So why don't you walk away?
Pro bono. I have a private security company.
So why don't you walk away from the leadership if some people are protesting it?
If I have opportunity to correct something in a system that I'm playing in, and I have the opportunity to do that and I refuse, I won't be happy with myself. If I take any wrong decision as the national president of ALPSPN, it will affect my company. If I take a very good decision, if I make good use of my office to also influence government to help our sector, my company will also benefit from it. So why can't I take the right steps?
Now would you also try to reach out to this other group that feel dissatisfied with things happening? Because definitely some people are not happy with things happening.
You see, the truth of the matter, if these persons were not happy because of the way the association is being run, or the bold stripes I'm taking, or whatever, if it's something on my performance, are you getting it? If it's something on my performance is what they are complaining about, I will feel bad. That's where the issue of throwing it away. But that's not the case. And it has nothing to do with, this man is... No. It has nothing to do with mismanagement.
So what has it got to do?
No, what they were saying, our constitution is very clear on certain issues.
Okay.
The two persons that actually vied for the office are from a zone we call the Lagos zone. They have more CEOs in the Lagos zone. We have 9 zones in the country. Okay. And the drafters of our constitution was very clear. They considered there should be fairness in any law that governs a people. They say for elections is better. Each zone will nominate 7 persons each, or equal number of representation
as delegates.
Okay. So that maybe FCT or Lagos zone will not just be the persons running the association. We have members in Kebbi, we have in Akwa Ibom, we have in Cross River, we have in Borno. So it's a national association. So that those who are in leadership will also be persons that every zone elected to take up that position.
So not dominated by
one. So while all these guys tried to do to score through the election, but they didn't succeed, was to file a case, not in FCT. They went to far away in Nasarawa State.
Yeah.
to go and get an order that they should allow every CEO, that's this main,
Okay.
which is not yet in our constitution. Even when the conversation came up earlier, I said, it's even no matter how laudable, it's just like now. If states in Nigeria wish to, some towns in Nigeria wish, let me say towns now, to be a state, it's not a wish, but you have to put it in the constitution. All we are saying, whatever you desire, let it be in the constitution. Because what they were asking for, if we even went ahead and conducted an election based on everybody vote, if this same group of persons, if they don't have their way, they will still go to court. That what we did is outside the law.
So what I got from you now is that it is what you call the Lagos zone that want to force itself because of size.
No. We have very good persons in Lagos zone.
Okay.
These persons who took the matter to court had 2 candidates vying for the office of the president.
Okay.
From Lagos zone. So the whole idea, because we have almost like 60% of our members in Lagos.
Okay.
Understand the background to this. But whatever, people have right to express themselves, but you cannot go outside the law. You cannot go outside the law. If you wish for that, let it be embedded in the constitution.
When they submitted their injunction, did you file a counter?
We did. And we know what we did, despite, I don't want to go to nitty-gritty of that because the matter is, but what we did, we went to the same court to also file a motion, an objection. And
you have it on record?
Yes, I have it on record. I'll show to you. And what they tried to do, they were not interested in winning that case. Because you can't win something that is not in the constitution. All they were interested in doing was to just stop the AGM. To now work out this template they've worked out for themselves. To say, oh, we're now, because as at 12 midnight on that 13th, if nothing happens, automatically the tenure elapses. You understand what happened there? So that was the game plan. But I thank God for the resilience of our members. You don't expect people to come from all over the country. Over close to 300 and something members. They were all on that venue. They were in that venue. From 8 a.m. 8 a.m. till at about 4 when we started the AGM. They say, we've come. We must exercise our right.
Now going forward, yes. How do you intend to move on?
No. You see,
with this seemingly divided
yes,
house.
No. You see, I'm still their president. I'm still the father of
So you say?
Yes, I am legally, and I am. You know, there's no vacuum in ASPSPN. There's no place in our constitution that talks about interim administration. There's no power bestowed on the BOT to do what the BOT chairman, let me isolate him there, to do what he did. Because the same BOT members were the ones that dissolved and witnessed the election. So this is just, that's what you expect in human beings. We are all political. You know, no matter how tasking an assignment is, when they see the limelight, they don't know the work that goes behind.
Now, if we have this kind of interplay
yes.
in your association, and now we're talking about how to integrate the private security guards into the national security architecture, and we're playing this level of politics, can you imagine what will happen by the time we now begin to go with the narrative? Now, help us to understand. Yes. Are the private security guards ready to be integrated into the national security architecture?
Change doesn't come easy. And we can't keep on doing the same thing and expect a different result. I will not deny the fact there are some persons who also have tried to put us down as an industry. So anything that looks visibly like a progress, they resist it.
Okay, just before we continue
Yes.
with those who resist progress, let's quickly go on a break. And when we come back, I'll still be here with my guests to talk more on how to change the narrative. Just stay with us. Welcome back. Now, if you're just joining us, we've been speaking on the private security guards. But first, with the interplay in that particular sector, we're going straight now into the real conversation on how to integrate them into the national security architecture. Follow me in. We left off talking about the interplay, and I asked that when people are in the association and having this kind of political interplay, is that a tip of the iceberg, what we may see if they are brought into the national security architecture to become active players? We're going to have such divided house.
No, it's at times when things like this come up, it's always good. They say don't wash your dirty linen in the public. It's good we take care of these issues now because we are going somewhere. When you wash your body, if you are dirty, when you wash your body, you see the dirt. So it's an opportunity for us to clean up ourselves, because the role we are taking up is not the role. We are not politicians. We are not politicians. We are professionals.
National security is too sensitive to be left for anyhow players to come in. Don't you think that might be the consideration of a lot of people in government, that we don't just open up this space because it's too sensitive? Intelligence, that's one area your men play in very well. Do you think it would be just that easy to allow them have access to critical intelligence?
If you check the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Police, the DSS, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, if you check, where do they recruit their men from? It's from the same population.
But they set high standard.
Yes.
They have high standard before they come in. Your association don't have that standard.
What we are working on and what we are doing is to, first of all, ensure we professionalize that sector. And I did mention earlier on that the sector is not just about man guarding. There are some who are into electronic security, some who are into maritime security, others into aviation, and they are playing very well. So I don't want us to probably take the political minds in our industry to judge the professionalism in our sector.
When you say you want to professionalize, are you saying that you want government to professionalize you?
No,
or it is
we have to do it ourselves. Recently, we worked on a curriculum for training that will ensure that the same training.
You have code of conduct?
We have a
code of ethics for practitioners?
Yes, that's why, I'm not drawing it back to where we just left. What I'm saying, even those persons who rushed to court, our internal mechanism, they should have first of all exhausted that before even thinking about going to court. But they also broke our code of ethics. They say those who live neglect don't throw stones. He who must come to equity must come with clean hands. They took that move as deviant and also capitalized on the poor knowledge of certain persons.
Let's look at how to upgrade your standard also. If you have a body of accountants, for instance, you're certified before you can come into play in that sector.
Yes.
You must be a certified accountant before you can come in. And are you also considering the fact of having certain bodies certified practitioners before they allow? The fact that you are an ex-serviceman is not sufficient.
At all.
You must be able to go through certain examination, and you are certified. So they see you as a certified security expert. Do you see that as part of the things that should be put in place so that your body, your association will get that credibility.
Definitely, there is need to tinker with the requirements.
Still talking about that 1986
No,
law.
no. They need to, yes, because you can't do it without changing the laws. When you have the right regulatory framework and you have the right persons overseeing the activities of those in the private sector. Let's think, probably which scenario. Okay, like a place like Nigerian Communication Commission. What happens there? They regulate the telecom industry. They have department with heads of department who are well-rounded. Those who give out microwave, microwave licenses, bands approval, type approvals. You find those key persons and those who are working in those various departments well-rounded for the job. Also, the requirement that you are an ex-serviceman, private security is not an army work. So if you were an army personnel, retired, you need to also train yourself to play well in the private security space. And what we don't get right at times is that army duties, police duties, and security duties. Security is everybody's business, includes every one of us. Army is to defend the territorial integrity of a country. Police is for enforcement. So these roles, because of the nature of insecurity we face in Nigeria, you see army playing police role. Police in some place playing army role. You now find some mix-up. There are 2 different or 3 different roles. That's why I say from the market places, from the motor parks, everyone playing in these sectors have security role to play. And once we get that right, that's my own idea of community policing. Everybody has the traditional rulers have a role to play. The market leaders have a role to play. The motor park chairman all have a role to play.
I have a role with the regulatory, but I have a challenge with the understanding.
Yes.
Why do we have dual regulatory? We have the ministry, the bureaucracy in the ministry, you have the NSCDC. Don't you think it's enough reason why you don't have effectiveness? So should we have a law that we say, okay, ministry, you regulate, NSCDC, you regulate. Not that ministry, you are in charge, you can nominate whoever. We're talking about professionalism.
No. You see, when there's mix-up of responsibilities, you have,
like we have now.
We don't really have people. The roles are well defined. And you get what I'm saying? So, like the scenario I painted to you earlier, on the 13th, did anybody inform me that there was any threat to peace or whatever? No. But I also confided you what happened that day. So you'll find there must be what we call synergy. There must be symbiotic relationship, especially anything that has to do with security. It's not like any other sector. There must be a high level of discipline, both on our part as practitioners and also on the part of those who are regulating us.
Now
Yes.
are you also working with the National Assembly? Because it is critical.
Yes.
To repeal or to reenact would take the buy-in of the National Assembly. To what extent have you gone in your conversation with them?
You see, our association is not a very rich association.
Oh, so to talk with the National Assembly, you need a lot of money.
No. Let me give you an instance. Not a lot of money. It's not easy pushing bills through. Yes.
Help me understand.
Yeah, I'll help you understand without missing words.
So to push bill, you need a lot of money.
Am I a senator? Are you get what I'm saying? So now, if you come with it, you have to. I'm not saying you need money to do that, but you also have to have the time and resources to lobby, to push your case across.
To lobby.
Yes, the lobby doesn't mean money.
Dr. Adigwu, thank you so much. We hope this lobbying will get everything upscale.
No.
At the end of the day,
that's why
Nigeria.
I strongly believe our challenge is the challenge of the country. It's not the challenge of the private security practitioners.
So this is the time to get private security practitioners into the table.
We are just saying the country will be better off security-wise if they optimize the services of the private security practitioners.
Thank you so much for coming on my talk.
Thank you.
That is all time will permit us to take on today's edition of Fireworks. Make it another opportunity next week, same time, but definitely a different guest. And reaching out to the group that are opposing his presidency so that they will also have their rights of say on Fireworks. Bye for now.